Hello everybody, my name is Chris, you're watching Park Pass. In today's video, I'm going to give you three very deep cut secrets about Disneyland that you do not know. And I'm going to say maybe there's only 100 people that know these secrets. These are deep cuts. Oh, but before we get to that, could you guys do me a small little teeny tiny favor? Could you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button and make a comment? It really helps the algorithm to promote this video, and we can use all the help that we can get. So thank you so much for doing that. And it's something free that you can do. All right, let's get on to these deep secrets of Disneyland that you do not know. And the number one is one that I made a mistake about. I messed it up, but I have a very astute viewer who pointed that out to me, and I went down a rabbit hole, and I'm able to come clean and say, all right, let's do this. Okay, let's get to the number three deep secret at Disneyland that you do not know, and it takes place in New Orleans Square. There are three little teeny tiny flags represented in New Orleans Square. Why are they there? Well, we have to talk about the history of New Orleans Square. New Orleans was founded in 1718 by the French, and it was called the Nouvelle, I think it's pronounced Nouvelle Orleans. Then in 1722, it became the capital of French Louisiana. In 1762, though, the French succeeded Louisiana to Spain, and Spain ended up taking over New Orleans. Then there's a big, huge fire in New Orleans, and in 1794, because the Spanish had taken it over, they rebuilt it, and they did a lot of brick and a lot of iron work on the patios there, and they had courtyards because this helped prevent fires. So a lot of the architecture in New Orleans is because of the Spanish, who had full control of New Orleans in 1794. But then in 1803, the United States purchased Louisiana from France in the Louisiana Purchase. So the city of New Orleans has been under French control, Spanish, and also the United States. So if you look up, and when you're walking down New Orleans Square, if you look up here, you can see the three flags represented. I'm going to show you a little clip of a video I did. I was so young and naive. This is one of the very first videos I ever did. Check it out. So New Orleans Square opened in 1966. There's so many things here that just will blow your mind. If you look up here, you'll see three flags. The French flag, the American flag, and the Spanish flag. The reason there are three flags here is because New Orleans has been under the occupation of all three countries. The more you know. Now, here's a better picture of those three flags. As you can see, of course, there's the Spanish flag, there's the French flag, and the United States flag, because New Orleans Square was under control of all three of those countries. So when you're walking down New Orleans Square, you can point up to that and say, hey, check out those three flags, and be able to kind of flaunt your knowledge and tell everybody, yep, that's right, I know something cool that you do not know. Because, I mean, really, who knows that in New Orleans? The number two super deep secret that most people don't know is that Disney made a mistake on the King Arthur Carousel, and then they corrected it. So when you go to the King Arthur Carousel, you can see this nice little carousel. It goes around and around and around. Very cute. Goes in 6 revolutions. But on the top of the carousel, what do you see? You see a shield and a banner above that shield. Each one of these shields represents a knight who supposedly sat at the King Arthur's round table. And I want to focus on 2 of those knights. Check out this first one. This is a video I did a long time ago. Check out this first knight right now. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go, what I say is counterclockwise through each of these different shields. Let's get started. The first shield you see is Mordred. That shield right there belongs to Mordred. Now Mordred, he was actually never a knight of the round table. He was believed to be King Arthur's illegitimate son. His mother was Morgan Le Fay. She was a witch, and King Arthur didn't know he had a son, and they fought because he wanted to take over Camelot. They ended up dueling at the very end, and they delivered each mortal blows and killed each other. King Arthur was killed by his son Mordred. That's his shield right there. Okay, now check out the second knight. The next shield over is Sir Gareth. You see this right here? It's the two-headed bird with like a log between them. Sir Gareth was like a hard-working guy, and he really wanted to be a knight, but he wasn't like a knight or have a lot of money. So he took a job as working in the kitchen staff in the castle, and he was treated very poorly by Sir Kay. The guy with the shield with his keys on it, treated him very poorly. Well, Sir Lancelot befriended him and trained him how to be a knight. Eventually, Sir Lancelot knighted him, and he became a knight of the Round Table. But tragedy struck. Guinevere, being Guinevere, got captured. Sir Lancelot, of course, went on a whole mission to rescue her, and in his rage, he accidentally killed Sir Gareth. Yeah. Now I'm going to show you the innocent mistake that Disney made, and I don't blame anybody for making a mistake because it's really, I mean, anybody could do this. This is Mordred's shield, a two-headed bird, and here's Sir Gareth. It looks very similar to Mordred, see, but it's got like a log in the center. Above each of the shields, they have their flags representing them. And look, they accidentally put Mordred's flag above Sir Gareth. See how that has a log there? That does not have the log. And right here, you can see Mordred's shield, but look up at his flag. They have Sir Gareth's flag. I mean, it's so similar. Anybody can make that mistake. It's got the log. There's no log on the shield. There's a log. There's no log. There's a log. There's no log. And I know what some of you might be saying, but what are the rest of the flags? Oh, the rest of the flags are all fine. There's a chevron. There's Sir K. I don't even know what that is. That's really bugging me, man. I've searched so hard to find that, guys. Baker, maybe? I don't know. That 3 swan head that looks like it's been cut off. I don't know what it is. As you can see, Disney made a mistake and they had the wrong banner above the wrong shield. And people were like, oh my gosh, is Disney ever going to correct this? And I was like, there's no way Disney's ever going to correct this because they probably don't care. This is such a low priority for them. After that video came out, a whole bunch of people were like, oh my gosh, is Disney ever going to change that? And they kept asking me, when will it be changed? And I'm like, I don't know if they'll ever change that. Maybe it's such a low tier. Maybe they don't ever care about it. But lo and behold, people are like, Disney needs to correct this. And they did. Check this out. Then I had a cast member reach out. I was like, Chris, you're not going to believe this. He's like, they changed the flag. And it was like 2 weekends ago, they changed the flag. So let's go see if it's now perfect. The King Arthur Carousel. I'm kind of excited. I mean, this is, but my heart is like, I can't believe it. That means that Disney was watching that video. They heard that and they're like, hey, we want to remedy that. And I'm just honored to think that is even the case. I don't know. Let's go check this out. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a total coincidence. Maybe they never even saw that, but they just did it anyways. But either way, I'm super happy. So let's go check out this new flag. Not a new flag, same flag, but right here, guys. This is the flag. They just changed it. I am in shock that this has happened. Look. The flag. It now matches the shield down below, guys. Oh, check it out. Disney, you are the best. Let's go look at the other one. That's what makes Disney so special. You know, they see something like, hey, we gotta change that. I love that. I love that. Let's check the other one out. Look. There it is. Oh my gosh, you guys see? That was the flag. They've got the wood, the red wood is now going down and it matches the shield. I cannot believe it. It's done. Disney, you are the best. And now you know when you look at the King Arthur Carousel that Disney made a mistake and they corrected it. And if you want to watch that whole video about each of those nights, I'll link that up here. You can kind of go around here and click on it. Some very fascinating history on that particular carousel. All right, so let's get to the #1 secret, that deep secret that you probably do not know about Disney. This one even had me baffled and fooled. For the longest time, I didn't know this. This was on the Jungle Cruise in Disneyland. And Jungle Cruise takes place in 1938. And one of the ways we were able to determine that is because there's a flag. There's a flag up there that's supposed to be of the British colonies. So how do we know that it takes place at least by 1938? Well, because of a flag. There's a flag here, and this flag was here of the British colonies, and there's the flag that was used in 1938. In the year 1938, this is the flag that the British colonies used. So straight up ahead, you can see a flag there. It's not waving in the wind, but that is the British colony flag of 1938. Well, I posted that video about a month ago saying that, and somebody posted this little comment. Scott Kraft said, hey, I think that might be a Jungle Navigation Company flag based on other images I've seen. Now, when I read that comment, I was like, Jungle Navigation Company flag? What is Scott talking about here? So I went into a total rabbit hole.
Curiosity often leads to trouble. Goodbye, Dinah. Goodbye.
I went down this rabbit hole for about a month trying to figure out what this was and what's going on. And there is a company, it's the Jungle Navigation Company. It's a fictional company that Disney created telling the story of the Jungle Cruise. Because in the movie, the Jungle Cruise movie, that takes place in 2016. But the Jungle Cruise attraction takes place in 1938 because it coincides with the Indiana Jones and Temple Forbidden Eyes. So that takes place in the 1935 to like the 1939s when those movies take place. So we know that the Jungle Cruise, since it coincides with that, is between the 1935 and 1939. So What is this jungle navigation company? Well, let's take a look at these flags here. I was trying to find a flag, and I see that there's a red bar on it and a blue bar, and there's a white swatch on it. And I always thought this was the British colony flag. That's what I've been told. I had cast members tell me that. I've done my research, and there's newspaper articles. The LA Times reported this. Everybody's saying it was the British colony flag, and it's not. That's wrong. Everybody's going to tell you that. It's completely wrong. It is the Jungle Navigation Company flag. Now, this company started, let me give you the history of this company. The Jungle Navigation Company was founded in 1911 by Dr. Albert Falls and started as a tropical cargo shipping venture. And then his granddaughter, Alberta Falls, she turned it into a passenger tourism service in 1931 to help combat the Great Depression. It became very successful, and you'll see in the Jungle Canteen and the Skipper Cantina in Florida on the wall, they have all these plaques showing that it was Albert Falls, and then it became Alberta Falls Company.
The thing that Florida has that Disneyland does not have is they have the Skipper Canteen. It's a little bit of an extension of the Jungle Cruise here. It's a restaurant.
Originally, it was Dr. Albert Falls. As you see, on March 12th, you got the 1912. He won Businessman of the Year, presented in 1917, and then he won again in 1928. He then turned it over to his daughter. His daughter changed it from businessman to businesswoman in 32. She won again in 33. Businesswoman again in 35. Businesswoman again in 36. Then finally, in 1937, they said Businesswoman of the Year, Alberta Falls. Now, of course, this is just a fictional company that Disney created talking about, like, this gives some exposition on why they have the Jungle Cruise. But Disney did this whole backstory on this Jungle Navigation Company. And it's amazing. They have patches, they have artwork, they have all kinds of cool things about this, but I could not find the flag. But then lo and behold, the Disney Treasure, the cruise ship, the Disney Treasure cruise ship, they have the Jungle Cruise, like it's called the Skipper Society Lounge. It's a restaurant, and they adorn the walls of the restaurant, all these things about with this Jungle Navigation Company, this Jungle Cruise Navigation Company. And they have all kinds of things there. And lo and behold, what do they have in the promotional material? The flag. They have a perfect image of the flag. And you can see this flag right here. Look at this flag. And this flag is absolutely amazing. All right, now if you look here at this flag, you can see it's got the blue swatch over there. It's got the red swatch over there. And then in the center, you got the white part there. And then you got the Jungle Navigation Company, the J and C. You can see it right there in the center there. How cool is that? I'm going to flip the flag so you can see a little bit better. You got the J and C. This is a really cool flag. And kind of compare this flag now to the flag that's on top of the Jungle Cruise in California. And also it's on top of the Jungle Cruise in Magic Kingdom. So that flag that's on top of the Jungle Cruise in Disneyland is not the British colony flag that everybody's been reporting since 2004. That's been reported is actually the Jungle Navigation the Jungle Navigation Company flag represented by Alberta Falls. That flag is flying up there. How cool is that? Now you know something that almost nobody knows in Disneyland is that there's a flag above the Jungle Cruise. How cool is that? Now you know something that almost nobody knows in Disneyland is that there's a flag above the Jungle Cruise. It's the Jungle Navigation Company flag. And I just want to say I'm so thankful for Scott, an astute viewer of Provost Park Pass, who's watching this and saying, hey, Chris, I think you might have made a mistake here. I'm grateful to be able to correct that mistake and give credit where credit's due. Scott Kraft, that was amazing. You have amazingly astute eyes to be able to pick out that sweet, sweet detail. And I'm glad to be able to come through that. So guys now know some really cool secrets about Disneyland that almost nobody else knows. And if you ever want to go down to Disney or to Walt Disney World, you can do it super easy. You just click the link down below, or you call 1-855-GETAWAY, 1-855-GETAWAY, and you tell them that Park Pass sent you, and you're going to get your lowest prices on your hotels. You get the lowest prices on your tickets, and they'll be able to help you plan your whole vacation going to Disneyland or Walt Disney World. And it's awesome. And they work with all different types of budgets. You guys, it's literally the lowest prices you will pay. Even if you go to Disney.com, it's going to cost more money. So just save yourself some money. And also, I just wanted to say this real quickly. I don't know if you guys know this. We have a Patreon. This is where people who find our content like worthwhile, they want to be supporters of it. We have this amazing Patreon community. They get, for little as $3 a month, they get extra videos. They get Tuesdays with Amanda. My wife Amanda does videos behind the scenes just for our Patreon members. Really fun stuff like that. And we also do, Amanda and I do Q&A videos. You guys can ask us any questions, get to know us better, and we'll answer your questions in our Patreon community. Click the link down below if you'd like to do that. And before we end this video, I need to talk to a quick little moment and talk to you. And I am talking to you.
I want you to know that you are amazing. You really are. You are unique and you are special and you make the world a better place. And if you're feeling unappreciated right now, I want you to know that it gets better. All of us at some point in our life, we struggle. We have ups and downs. And when you're on the downward slide, it feels like it's going to be like that forever. But it's not. That's the trick. You have to tell your mind, right? This is not permanent. It's temporary. It will get better. You make the world a better place. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, you know the drill here. Those are some flags and banners about Disney that most people did not know. Now you do. You're a Disneyland pro because you follow Park Pass. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh! Scott Kraft showed me something I didn't know. We learned about these banners and this workflow. We got a flag there for the Jungle Cruise Navigation Company. If you guys like to have your name on this end card and be part of the Patreon community, go ahead and click that link down below, the PROVOST PARK PASS Patreon. You are amazing patrons. We love you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Also, put in comments what you guys want me to discover and review. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.